welcome. We are live now, so we are here to answer your questions. So welcome to Meet Siddique Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pakistani time. So today our guest is Sami Khaleeq from Houston, Texas. And I know they have a wonderful election last night, so I am sure, and he was busy over there too, I could see from his Facebook pictures. However, today our questions are based on an entrepreneurship topic, and Sami is the managing director, managing partner of Houston Young Professionals, Entrepreneurs, and he is involved from his heart to help others to become a true entrepreneur. In fact, he is an angel investor, is going to invest into many Pakistani students who want to become a true entrepreneur. And I had a privilege and my honor to interview him the other day, and he shared his nuggets. I want you to watch his interviews, get to know him better, so you know before you even ask, "Oh, invest into my project," get to know him, what he's looking for. So you are welcome to ask any question. However, keep a topic to the entrepreneurship about how you can grow. So don't ask, "Oh, you know, why you have a beard," and personal questions. Stay away from those personal questions, you know. So because idea is to help everyone, so that way, you know, we are most of the time we are stuck at a certain question, and until that question is resolved, we cannot move forward. And this is your opportunity to get unstuck on that topic. So we have a live with us, Sharika. Sharika, go ahead with your question.
Sami, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir. It's about. I have a question about Fiverr. I started like 10 days ago, and I just got my first order. I've made 3 gigs, and I find it difficult to find first order. How do we get? How do I get first order?
What kind of services do you offer?
I offer to fixing and formatting MS Word documents, making presentations, and typing.
I think the biggest thing that I've seen in online marketing or virtual market is that you need to explain in content as many variables as possible. A good example is don't just be vague on what you offer. You know, try to detail out what do you offer in Word formatting, what skills you have, and do you use any portfolio?
No.
So the biggest thing is people want to see what you're able to do based on your portfolio. So if you don't have a valid portfolio, not a lot of people are going to respond or reach out to you. You know, so the best thing I would tell you to do is, even if you don't have any clients at this point, come up with some dummy projects. You know, create some Word documents, create some files that are unedited, and show what it looks like after you edited it. So that way people can see before and after on what's going to happen to their documentation. I think the biggest thing that people lack in the virtual market is that they don't show the before after, or they don't have any kind of portfolio to showcase. And then always try on Fiverr, always try to reach for that 5-star once you have done an order or two. You know, try to reach out to the customer and make sure they're fully satisfied before you submit your product. So to get your first order, I would say, you know, redo the Fiverr page, add some before and after dummy projects so people can see what you actually do and what it looks like, and you know, try to showcase some reviews, because any of those factor, they're not just gonna click on you and reach out to you when there are other super sellers, you know, on Fiverr.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Okay, should I send them the final product before I deliver it, or should I give them a sample that I've done this much work? Do you want any changes or not?
Always do that. Always give them at least one revision. You know, I've learned that being in a media agency myself. If you offer them that one revision, they feel like, oh man, they're taking an extra step to take care of me, and they're always able to give you a better review based on that. So I would focus on sending them a draft or a final draft, have them approve it before you give them the final product. and put it in your words, put it in your profile that you offer one revision where you'll review it if they have any minor changes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And Sharika, I want to add to this one. We are also are about to add some additional videos where you can make a 10 custom offers on Fiverr to every day based on your own. There are buyers who are looking for sellers like you, and you want to outreach to 10 of them. Most of the Fiverr originally as a new seller, they allow 10 custom offers every day. You can outreach to 10 of them. It's just a numbers game. After 5-10 days, you will have a few orders coming. You know, uh, in any business, does not matter which business you are in. Making a first dollar online, making a first customer is like nobody wants to be your first victim. Okay, let me
Exactly.
tell you this. And
Yes,
you
sir.
want to focus on outreaching to 10 of them and watch that video. That video should be live in any day now, you know. So once that comes, and then you're gonna make it 10 for 10 days, you will have 100 outreach, and even a 1% conversion, you will have a one order. However, stick to this. Don't give up because I don't know anyone who has given up and also successful.
No,
Okay?
sir, I'm not going to give up. Yes, sir.
Everyone starts from all the same place where you are right now. However, you know, you are absolutely on the right track.
Well, and I'll give you a very good example. When I started my media agency 5 years ago, one of the things we added was website development. I was so new that nobody wanted to hire me. It's a good example. Everybody said, "What projects have you done?" So somebody at that time had given me advice to create your portfolio. So, I went and created 5 different sites, dummy sites for showcase. So when I would go into a client or I would see anybody online, they would go, "Oh man, this guy has already done a couple of sites. Here's his work. This is what he does." So it's
Oh,
big to kind of showcase that portfolio side of things. Exactly what Mr. Siddique is saying. Once one client comes in the door and he likes your work, people just start pouring in from there on.
yeah, I'll work on that. Thank you.
Sami, while we wait for the next question, someone may, hopefully there's not a power shutdown in Pakistan because sometimes we have too many people and sometimes less. There are so many domestic issues in Pakistan to come alive on a certain time. And I want to take this opportunity, share with us when you started, and one thing you shared is that you created some portfolio sites. What other, because majority of the people who are starting out, they're stuck somewhere,
Hmm.
and share some other ways how someone who is stuck can actually, get unstuck in that when they're starting out.
I personally had no connections either, especially when you're trying to build your work online, you still have to build physical connections. So I would go to, university events, try to work with the professors. A lot of times, companies, believe it or not, reach out to professors and they'll go, "Hey, do you have some student or do you have somebody in this university who can do this and this?" So I got my first clients through my professors, so that's one big factor that helped a lot. Second big thing that helped a lot was networking events. Try to go to professional networking events held by companies or local groups. So I don't know if they have physical networking events over there, but there are also a lot of websites. Like if you go on LinkedIn, you can join a lot of groups where, just like what Mr. Siddique said, where a lot of buyers and sellers are posting their services online. So one of the big things I did was build my LinkedIn profile and started joining local groups to see what the need of the market was. And then you can easily reach out to anybody on LinkedIn with your services and send them to your Fiverr page and promote your Fiverr page. So I would focus onto LinkedIn and building your online portfolio. People will not just reach out on Fiverr. You need to attract them to your Fiverr page, one way or another.
It's like basically when I ask somebody, what do you do? They say, I do logo design, I do video editing. I say, okay, I know everybody in the whole world is only in one business, by the way. I told them, sorry, I'm sorry, you are not in that business. You are in a marketing business. You are always marketing yourself. Every business starts with marketing and ends on marketing. If you don't do any marketing, nothing happens.
True.
So, and Fiverr is one way where you get orders from Fiverr. However, initially when nobody trusts you, you have to bring people, hey, look at me, and I will kind of make you happy client. You know, you remove all their objections. Right now, you are offering a one revision. I will say, okay, unlimited revisions on first order. Then you change the gig later. That, you know, so somebody says, oh, I am going to be absolutely satisfied before even I pay a $5 to this person. You know, because get the first order, then later you can revise the gig anyway. You make one revision only later. You know, so because.
And Sharika, do you have other people doing the same thing that offer similar service?
Yes, there are a lot of people doing that.
So one thing I've always done is go through their reviews and see what negative reviews they're getting, and see how what you can do to turn those negative reviews into positive. A lot of times that's the best way to learn where some of the other sellers lack, so you can make yourself a lot more stronger. So I would say go to the super sellers in that same service and look where they're getting negative reviews, where they're falling behind, and try to make that your strength. So that's a big thing that I've noticed when doing online services.
Okay, sir. So there's one more thing. I've seen that many people have promoted their gig on buyer's request that I'm an assistant and I can do that, and many people have sent offers. Should I do that or not?
Can you clarify that a little more?
Yeah, sir. There's an option of buyer's request where buyers request any gig they want.
Yes.
So there are people who have promoted their gig that they can do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't requested anything. They're just promoting their gig. Is that good or not?
It's worth it in the long term. I think Mr. Siddique would know more about that than I would.
Yeah, that's a custom offer. You want to make a custom offers, 10 offers every day. I just explained a moment ago that you can make a 10 offers every day and search for your own niche. There's a search button. Say you want to do data entry or editing. They say, okay, editing. And then there will be like hundreds of people. You can only make 10 offers every day. Keep doing it. It's like you're showing your Fiverr profile and desire to work on someone to 10 people every day. After a few days, you will start getting orders from that one. That's the video we have. A step-by-step is about to get uploaded in the Fiverr Success course. You can watch it and go through that one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, Sami, I'm going to ask a question. I know when initially people start and when they don't get an order, it's very natural to get disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And what kept you going when you didn't get the orders? Like your inner thing, like how you keep going basically when you are, it's like following your belief, or how you make sure that, oh, I will be successful. It doesn't matter, this is for me. Because those days are like somebody can use as energy boost.
Well, see, you have to be highly, highly, highly passionate. That's my belief. If you're not passionate in what you do, you're eventually going to give up and quit. So I think my big thing was, there's another day tomorrow. So if today wasn't as good, tomorrow will be better. So like you said, it all goes back to what you believe in, and then eventually you got to start looking at other successful people and go, hey, if they did it, I can do it too. I remember when I started when I first got into business, and I was looking at all these other companies. I wanted to have 200-300 employees in few months. I was like, man, how does he have it? But then when I started to study other successful people, and I realized for him to get 200-300 employees, it took him 5, 6, 7 years. So success is never overnight. If you're not getting one client now, doesn't mean you're not gonna get any. You just gotta be patient, and you gotta keep trying something new every day. That's the biggest rule of marketing. So I wouldn't just give up hope if you're not getting clients in 4, 5, 6 days. Sometimes it may take weeks, but once you get those clients, referrals start coming in. The process keeps on going and moves faster and faster. I'm at a point in business, either I need to expand or I need to stop taking any more clients because we were maxed out. And there used to be a point 5 years ago where I didn't have projects for weeks sometime, and I'll be searching out there, looking out there, So if you don't keep trying and you just say, "Oh man, it's not working. Let me quit today," it's not worth it in the long run. So you need to make sure that this is your passion. This is something you want to do in the long run. And even for you, Sharika, if it's your strength, then figure out what different things you can provide within your strength. Just don't do anything for short term. Think long term.
Sure.
So, Shark, what's your education?
Sir, I'm currently in the last semester of mass communication. I'm doing masters right now.
Oh, is that a Punjab University?
No, sir, it's NAML, National University of Modern Languages.
Oh, okay, good. So mass communication is a big thing. It's not a small thing. So you want to outreach, make your LinkedIn profile a 100% complete, okay?
Okay.
And then outreach to other people. Who is your ideal client after completing your mass communication and based on your skill?
Sir, I'm a little confused. I have like 3 or 4 options what I want to do. I want to pursue my career as a researcher.
Okay.
So there might be a change in my field.
Okay. As an entrepreneur, when you're offering some service as a consultant to someone, who should be hiring you for your service, not as a job, as a consultant. This Fiverr and Upwork is a consultant work basically. Who is that person who should be hiring you? Is it a doctor? Is it internet marketer? Is it someone? Just name it.
Sir, it's going to be marketing.
Marketing?
Or an advertising agency, yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do is create your LinkedIn profile 100% complete. Then you join the groups where those advertising agencies and marketers are. There are tons of probably hundreds of thousands on LinkedIn. Okay.
Okay.
Join them, then send an invitation to connect with them 5 to 10 every day. Every day, it's like you have breakfast every day. You don't even think. You get up, you get ready, and you have a breakfast every day.
Yeah.
Why you repeat the same thing every day? Sometimes you eat the same thing every day. Doesn't matter. You have to do it. Make it that kind of habit. So outreach to 10, 20 marketers every day with a custom message. Hey, I'm great to meet you. I'm a marketer and whatever. I'm interested in exploring some possibility of working on an entrepreneur project together, a collaboration or something. Make up a 2-line message and send them invitation message. 10 of them every day. It's like a breakfast, it's like a lunch, it's like a dinner. Don't skip any day. Like if you want to skip outreaching to people every day, just skip a dinner on the same day too. So then how you feel if you skip it.
Now,
okay?
Yeah.
When you say you're going to go and research, what side do you want to go in? Do you want to go in independent research or?
No, I'll be working under some firm.
Okay.
It's like a job.
Yeah. Do you have them lined up, you said, or you're going to go for co-op or internship or?
No, I'll be, I'm looking for scholarships.
Okay.
In Pakistan and abroad for MPhil. And with that, I'm going to apply for my research. I'm going to just put my, my research post. I'm going to give it to some supervisors so that I can do internship, yeah.
Just trying to think.
Even for the scholarship, you want to outreach to those universities wherever you want to go. And there are so many academic LinkedIn groups, and you want to outreach to deans, professors of that concerned department. And
yes, sir, I'm trying to reach these professors through LinkedIn and other social accounts.
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best place for that type of work. LinkedIn, in fact, is the best social media when it's come to not like just sharing pictures. In fact, they added finally sharing pictures too now. And however, you want to outreach to, because someone is in the networking mind, they are in a professional mindset when they are on LinkedIn. So if you outreach to 10 professors every day, and then in like 10 days, you will have 100 of them. Even a 10% accept you, there will be 10 of them. If you talk to 10 of them, you will have a 1 scholarship done. 10% success rate is good enough. This is a 10-day rule. Okay?
Great.
Stick to your message. That's it. And if message is not, first, once you invite today 10 people, and you don't get any response in next 72 hours, there's something is not right in your message. So you want to revise the message. Don't be lazy. Write a custom message to them based on their profile.
Okay.
Okay, whatever they are specific they have achieved in Department of Mass Communication at any university, you want to compliment them what they have done, you know.
And
Yes.
what Mr. Siddique said, do the same thing with on LinkedIn. If you're interested in going to a certain university, try to build connections with the people, HR, or the management there on LinkedIn, but don't just add them as a friend. Send them a custom message asking them why do you want them or why do you want to connect with them. LinkedIn is very powerful, and I know for a fact that a lot of universities, I sit on the board of University of Houston myself, and a lot of universities locally here or in Europe use LinkedIn to go and search your profile and see what you have posted online and what image you're portraying. If they go to your profile and your profile picture is a flower, they're obviously not going to take you seriously and say, okay, this is just a joke.
Exactly.
So really focus when you go on LinkedIn or have any Facebook and stuff. Make sure it's professional. You're not doing anything silly, because I've seen plenty of masters and researchers and PhD resumes and things thrown away at the university because of the social media profile nowadays. I was telling Mr. Siddique last time that nowadays they use software that goes through your profile and says, okay, this is a right profile or a wrong profile, and your application can easily get denied based on your social media. So really focus if you're gonna get on social media, then be okay with having your right profile image. Be okay sharing tips. A lot of people want to know that you're an expert in your field. If you're gonna offer a certain service or you're gonna go at a certain university, show them what you're doing. A lot of universities for researchers are gonna want to know that you're doing something independently. So when I say come up with a dummy project, come up with some kind of project locally and use it as a portfolio, even in your education profile. So it is a big deal. Do you know what university you're planning on going to?
No, I'm just searching right now.
If it's anything in Europe or here, they're going to want to see what you have done outside of school. If you only show them that you have studied the 4 years or 3 years, they're not going to take it seriously. They're going to say, oh, okay, she's book smart, but what has she done outside? So a lot of times they're going to want to see you're doing local projects or community projects related in your field, so they can see, okay, if we bring her to our university, she's going to be helpful by promoting us because she has done some of this. They don't want to baby you around, and a lot of applications that get rejected are because they have 4 years of school but nothing else, in their profile or portfolio.
Yeah.
So you got a 22 minutes of free coaching from Sami Khaleeq. That's good. You're lucky today.
Uh, my luck is working. I just got a great review from my buyer.
Oh, congratulations. That's like a live, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's all because of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, no,
you got
you
a
know,
lot of review.
it is your hard work, Isman. Now you can't say I didn't get any order yet. Now you got the first order because the review comes after the delivering of a good quality product.
Do we get commission?
Exactly, sir.
I said,
Sorry?
I said, do we get commission?
Oh, sure. It's all because of you.
So
I'm
good.
so It
You
was a
gotta,
great opportunity, sir.
you gotta keep going, and promote your services on LinkedIn, promote your services on Facebook, and I would say if you know for a fact on LinkedIn somebody can use your service, reach out to them. Uh, I'll tell you, when I first started, the third website I did was it was a Fortune 500 company. I'm not going to name it locally for privacy reasons. And when I reached out to them, I knew for a fact if I asked for money, they were going to laugh at me. From a first website. I reached
Yeah.
out to them. I said, hey, I went to the CEO on LinkedIn. I said, hey, look, I'm trying to build my portfolio and I'm willing to do a project for you. All I want in return is a nice review and a backup if you like my work. So I took a huge risk. When I did the project and he reviewed me, over the past 5 years, I've had 10 projects from him, just one strategic project. So reach out to big companies out there who you think may use your service and offer them some kind of assistance and help. When you ask them, how can you help them? They go on the defense and go, hold on, she's trying to help us. What can we do for her in return? So use those favors in the local industry. Build connections in your local college area. If there are local companies, tell them that, hey, I'm trying to promote these services. I want to offer something to you and see if you like it and use me in the future. So you have to do your own sales. And again, now you already got a review, so you got your first portfolio item. Showcase it. Showcase their review on your LinkedIn. Start showcasing things to people.
Okay. Should I personally work on LinkedIn, like should I post this review or my other things? Should I take a screenshot of that thing and post it on my social sites, something like that?
Do that. Create a business page on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Services and link it to your profile, and then within the business page, you have the ability to add customer reviews. Not only are people reviewing you on Fiverr, but encourage them to go to your LinkedIn and review you on LinkedIn, because a lot of times those executives or companies on LinkedIn will not go click on Fiverr to go see your review. So if you encourage your sellers, if somebody keeps coming back and back to you, encourage them to go on your LinkedIn business page and review you, so you can showcase to people, hey, check this out. Here's my company page, a professional company page, and this is what I do. And then you can add things to your business page on LinkedIn. So it looks like a legit concept, instead of using your personal profiles. So I would say not only create your LinkedIn, but create a LinkedIn business page and share the Fiverr reviews on there, but encourage people on Fiverr to go and review you on LinkedIn too. There's nothing wrong with asking. I think Mr. Siddique is big on it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Am I correct on that?
Yes, wonderful. Yeah, Bashir has a question. Bashir, go for it.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम माय नेम इज़ मेरा नाम मोहम्मद बशीर है मैं यहाँ पाकिस्तानी सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एकेडमी में प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर हूँ तो समी साहब बहुत शुक्रिया आपका आपने बहुत अच्छा इंटरव्यू दिया और उसमें आपने एक बात कही थी कि पीपल इन्वेस्ट इन पीपल एंड दे पे देम फॉर देयर रिजल्ट्स तो इस पे थोड़ा सा और you can elaborate a little bit more about it. And one follow-up question: how to connect with I'm in Toronto, Canada. So how to connect with local people, local community here, Pakistani community, and how to find out that it's the right community, right group to hang out for so I can give my services maybe for free or like to produce more value for me and for as a community work, not for money but the community work, so everybody can excel.
So are you in Pakistan right now or in Canada at this point?
At this point, I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Okay, and I have a lot of good agency friends out in Toronto. Toronto's very popular for it. The biggest thing, I personally did not have any connections in Pakistani community when I moved here. I was very, very young, so anything I saw was outside of my cultural realm. The biggest thing I did was I went to the local consulate office. I believe there's a consulate office in Toronto too. What you can do is go to the Pakistan consulate office and ask them. They'll tell you. The local consul general or the local trade authorities at the consulate office will tell you, hey, this group is business oriented, Pakistani group. This group is good for trade. That's how I built my first connections. I had the local consul general connected me to the local Pakistanis. Because the consulate office is always doing community projects. I was telling Mr. Siddique, one of the largest events that happens here is August 14th, where you have more than 10,000 people, Pakistanis, show up. So that's what I would do. I would reach out to the local consulate office. They have volunteer opportunities. They have general opportunities that you may want to pursue. A lot of people don't use the consulate office as resource at all because they think, oh, they just issue visas. No, they don't just issue visas. They also issue trade and business. Uh, any of my connections in Pakistan or overseas, Pakistanis right now is because of the Consul General. I freely walk in now and I talk to them. I say, hey, I want to invest money into Pakistan or I want to invest money into Pakistanis. What do I do? They're there to help you. That's what they're paid to do. So if you want to focus on just Pakistanis, do that. Uh, I've quite a few good friends I can connect you to in Toronto who are in media and software business uh, that you can always reach out to, and they're part of, just like me, they're part of the local young professional networks. I know Canada is very big on young professionals, and networking is a big thing. At an average young professional event, I can easily give out 80 to 100 business cards. So I carry a whole box of business cards with me. So what I would do is, find out who the local chambers are, but don't go to local chambers. Find out what young professional groups are part of those local chambers. Go to their events, and it's the closest thing uh, to getting into the big networks. At the young professional, I think the age is nowadays the age of young professionals considered 45 and under, and what I would do is go in as a young professional and have those guys connect you to the CEOs and local executives. So I do a lot of networking event. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm doing on average on a weekly basis. I'm going to like 8 to 9 events just to keep my name out there in the market. Uh, so you have to get out and make an effort. Even if you have an online business, you have to get out into the local community and make a physical effort.
Thank you so much, Sami. Really appreciate your time, and we learned a lot. And this will be recorded and replayed, so many will watch it, and hopefully many can change. It can bring a huge impact on their life. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Y'all have a good evening.